Hello and welcome back to another episode of Critical Reactions with your host, Bryan. We're going to wrap up today with a special selection, which is where one of you tell me exactly what it is I need to check out. Today's comes at us from Martin. Hello again. Please react to Brutal Truth, Birth of Ignorance. This is grindcore from 1992 and one of the first original tapes I ever owned. The whole album is still in my car nowadays. That's pretty impressive. As usual, enjoy. Now, this is grindcore. I may end up enjoying this a bit more than when people tell me to enjoy black metal. But this is still going to be fairly aggressive for me, probably. It's only 3.5 minutes, though. Let's dive into it. See what Brutal Truth is bringing to the table today. Okay. Yeah, this is a nice start. Oh. Very tense. Ready to explode. Almost like steel working. Construction of some sort. That is a very Slayer riff too. That just sounds sick. Oh, here we go. Those are vocal choices. Wanted to make sure they had enough room for this to feel like it expanded on the song. Yeah. Yeah. The bridge and the intro provided some nice contrast. They sounded nice. The riffs on this song consistently aggressive. Tons of attitude to them. Did 92 Is that what Martin had stated? Oh, why? OBS, how did you put on yesterday's comment? How did you do that? Yes, 92. I don't understand what just happened. All right. This feels 92 given the guitar tone itself, though I can also hear some 80s in it as well, late 80s. There's just something about that razor sharp, almost thin guitar tone that feels so different from like the post 20, late 2000s, post 2010s guitar tone, which is just super massive these days. This is thinner. It feels like it cuts. It's a razor of a guitar tone, and it gives it that old school feel to me. The production on here is also something that lends itself to the 90s, or at least an earlier sound in general. It is rather clear. It's not crystal clear. There's grit to it. It's like film grain in audio form, whatever that might be. There's just a little bit of muddiness to it, but I can still make everything out, which is that's good stuff right there. But it is aggressive all the way through. You listen to those guitar riffs and they're fast. They sound sharp. They sound angular. They sound aggressive. It's intense. The guitar work on this is intense. And from that first riff, I mean, we got to build the atmosphere a little bit first. But once that first riff comes in, that very Slayer riff, you know, this is not going to be a happy song. From here, though, we kick it into overdrive. We bring in the alternating snare and bass kick. The guitars ramp it up in how fast they're playing. We bring the vocals in. And it's just this driven intensity throughout the rest of the track. It's got a lot of time feel to it. We're moving at a brisk pace. The song goes by rather quickly, too. I think the verse and the chorus have the same guitar parts to them. If not, they're very similar. How I told them apart is the vocal placement as we go from center vocals to off-center vocals, and also the call and response between the lows and the high harshes. I don't remember the guitar work being too different between the two, though. Still, though, just forward momentum, intensity, animosity. This is an angry song, and you just know it. From the guitars, from the bass, from the drums, from the vocals, from the production. It's intense and it's angry, and that's the entirety of this track. You got like 2 or 3 guitar riffs to enjoy. You got 2 drum parts, one a bit more nuanced, one that's just caveman, alternate snare and bass. That's all you need to do. One thing, lock it in. And that's it. We got a guitar solo in here. It's got some nice shred to it. It keeps the intensity going. I don't think it transforms the song in any way. It's just basically keep doing what you're doing, but you're in place of what the vocals were doing. Find a way to incorporate that feeling into your guitar work. And yeah, it works 100%. I don't know that there's much else I can say about this song other than it is intense and fast, and it just does what it does. There is a couple of things, though, not my cup of tea. This is the part where I get a little more subjective. The vocals are lagging all the time. The vocalist is about a quarter to a half of a beat behind the drum all the time. It's honestly a little annoying for me. And I'm not a big fan of the growls, which y'all probably figured that out. I also don't think anything is being said in the chorus from either of the vocalists. I did like the call and response. I liked the second harsh vocalist. This was pretty cool, bringing in some contrast to a track that is fairly one note. But I don't think there was any enunciation here. I could make out some words in the verse growling. Any sort of clarity was completely tossed out the window for that chorus, though. As much as the vocalist is dragging tempo-wise, I feel like everyone else is pretty much on time for a song that is played this quickly. fantastic job. Love to see it. Um, it's just there's not really much contrast to this track, which is not it's not a bad thing. It's just I like contrast, but for not even 3.5 minutes, it works. It gets in, it does its thing, it leaves. You don't really have time to get upset that there's not more to it because there's really not a lot of time to put anything in it. So let's find out what the lyrics are about on this one. So this song is about bashing bigots, and you know what? I can get behind that. The very first statement, I think, lays down a pretty strong thesis idea. Ignorance and prejudice is raping people's minds. Yeah, 100%. We're distorting and destroying people with hatred. People are being destroyed by allowing hatred to fester within them. It destroys them from the inside out and then continues to contaminate the environments around them. That's the idea of this track. It says, hatred of all kinds is molded by environment, that these people never know tolerance, that this is the domain of the ignorant. They don't know freedom because they wear their ignorance like a chain. Says that a life full of hate is useless. You have no cause. You just breed hate with no excuse. You start racial wars, religion teaching lies, hypnosis of the weak, believing false prophets. At the end, it says that you can try to justify your reasons and give me justify your biases and give me reasons why. But all the hate that you create is just a product of stupidity. And nothing you will say will ever give any validity to the hatred that you spew. Yeah, anti-prejudice track. I can get behind that. Now, what I read was the verses. And I went back and listened to parts of this track because I wanted to see how the lyrics lined up. And those lined up really well. Now, I mentioned I didn't hear any enunciation in the chorus. And having the lyrics pulled up, I can't really match any of it to what's being said at all. It's a very bizarre feeling to read a sentence, have someone say it alongside you reading it, and not being able to match that up at all, but you're being told this is what they're saying. Anyways, it's just a repetition of 4 lines. Don't you see? Don't you think? Don't you fool? Don't you see the lies? So it's just asking, do you have any critical thought skills at all? If you did, I don't think you would do what you're doing. Have some self-reflection. Think about how you're being manipulated. Change your life, buddy. That's it. It's a very straightforward song. The music is a very straightforward group of ideas. It's not supposed to be complex. And I think the idea behind it, the idea behind the lyrics, the theme of that, it also thrives both on the simplicity of the words and the idea that just spreading love is a pretty simple concept. None of this is rocket science, buddy. Just be better. And I think delivering that in the most concise, simplified musical form just elevates it. It's almost as if this song, the people who wrote it, were like, this is not a tough idea. Why do we even need to put any work into this? The message is simple, so we need to put it in a simple capsule. And they just did it. And the combination of all of this just, it works. It clicks. And the aggression of it just feels like the frustration coming through. And, from a perspective, slurring through the choruses kind of makes sense too, because at one point you're kind of over it. Like, why do I have to say this again? I get it, dude. For once, I get the lack of enunciation in a song. Oh man, these are my thoughts though on Brutal Truth's Birth of Ignorance. What did you think of this track? Is there anything that stood out to you? Anything that you'd like to add on to what I said? Or maybe you want to correct me on something? Let me know. Put all of that as well as anything else you'd like to add into the comment section below. Above that, in the description box is a link to Linktree. Takes you here. You can find my music, ways to support the channel, a link to the Discord server, and so much more. Above that, if you could, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. I greatly appreciate all three of those. That wraps it up for today. I'll be back tomorrow, though, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. UTC as usual. Until next time, remember to be critical, not cynical, of the music you listen to, and have a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you choose to watch my videos.